Home inspection, that could bring the hairs up on people's necks, both the buyers and the sellers.
Of course.
It's not mandatory for either. However, as a seller, why would it be a good idea to have a home inspection done?
Yes, so there are definitely a few reasons why it's important, perhaps, that the seller consider getting what's called a pre-list report on file. Definitely our market condition. We're seeing multiple offers being generated still on certain properties here in North Bay and surrounding area. And if you'd like to see that cleaner offer with less conditions, again, have that report readily available for those interested buyers. This will eliminate also any worries or surprises that might come up if the buyer is conducting their own inspection, which is important for our sellers to understand.
If a seller goes ahead and gets one done, can the buyer say, well, I want to get mine done too? Is that okay?
Oh, of course, that's an option. This is really just kind of your baseline, right? Here's what we've done. This is who we've done it with. And of course, if from that report that buyer wants to have particular tradespeople or, for instance, even their own home inspector, of course that can be done. Yes.
ABC 1, 2, 3, 3 steps to streamline the process. We'll, of course, start with number 1.
Exactly. Number 1, first schedule your home inspector. So contact your trusted realtor, see who they know. Also, contact friends and family. Get a referral, see who they've worked with and what kind of experience they've had.
And they need some sort of certification. You can't just call Uncle Bob, say, I want you to come check off a few things.
That's right. We need a certified, licensed inspector, absolutely. And this pre-list inspection will really highlight the sound investment that potential buyer is making in that client's home. This detailed list could include any minor or major repairs that need to get done, and this really empowers the seller to either complete the work or perhaps maybe having those tradespeople in to provide quotes to that buyer. So it really is this boost of confidence that will attract more buyers to the property. And this is also really a fun tip if our sellers are considering doing a pre-list inspection. Ask that inspector if he would consider doing an open house with your realtor. That way, when the buyers come to visit, they can ask all the questions and the answers are ready for them.
So having something out in the open, it really shows that you're confident about this property. You're not trying to hide anything. That could be a vote of confidence for both the buyer and the seller.
Absolutely.
A strong handshake before and after.
You got it.
Okay. So those 3 steps, we went through those.
First one, we did our first one.
Okay, so we're going to go on number 2. So this is a lot of information, as we alluded to off the top. This is a
you.
good thing. That's why we have you
Sir,
here.
yes.
What's number 2?
Number 2 for our sellers is to consider any repairs or cleaning up in and around the house. So let's start on the exterior. I want you to think of being proactive with your shrubs, bushes, any plants that are around the home, that foundation. Think of your gutters, cleaning those out. And then once you come into the home, maybe repairs that you're already aware of. A leaky faucet, potentially some chipped paint, caulking. Maybe if you want to replace or refresh the caulking, windows, doors, bathroom, kitchen. Have a look at your light bulbs and fixtures. Are they in good working order? And speaking of doors and windows, be sure that they open, close, and lock properly.
And third and final step to streamline, what is that?
Yes, is to really give that home inspector space. If you are doing it wearing that seller's hat with the inspector, please leave the home. Let them conduct the inspection on their time, which there are factors that might take more time with the inspector. That definitely includes the age of the home, the size. Also consider any additional services. Well, your septic system, maybe a wood-burning stove in the home. So really give the inspector space to complete the work. If the buyer has decided to conduct their own inspection, again, it's the best interest to leave the property. That gives the buyer the opportunity to ask questions to the inspector without having the seller looking over their shoulder.
Do you find through prior experiences that a buyer maybe want to be there to prevent, they might let that slide, or they try to influence it?
That could definitely happen, yes. We want the buyers to feel free with the inspector to, again, ask the questions, get into spaces, and fully understand what they're up against.
Trust your trusted realtor. That could potentially be you.
Yes,
and you are bringing in a trusted inspector in 2 weeks' time,
yes.
Mr. Cameron Fry.
Correct.
Tell us about his credentials and where he's from
So
and what's he
Cameron,
going to share.
yeah, he's from North Bay. He's with a buyer's choice for home inspections. I would suggest that if our viewers have any questions that they would like Cameron to answer, please submit them. Find Clark or myself, always happy to help. And one thing I'd also like to add in our segment in 2 weeks is that I'll be bringing those stats for May 2023.
Leeann Noel from Century 21. Always appreciate you coming in on this day.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Clark.
That's Leeann. I'm Clark. Our Dan Gray will have the weather picture after this short break.